Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Wednesday afternoon, March 31st. We're looking at the market profiles here on Window Trader of SPY, IWM, and Triple Q. Pretty much a big dud for the end of the quarter. Not a big range. M period sold off pretty hard. We raised the park and then we sell off pretty hard in M period. We had a chance for a trend day up. We had 4 sets of single prints in SPY. 4. All fail. We did have an open and drive up out of an inside day. We got good acceleration, good distance from the opening to the day's high, but then just petered out and couldn't get anything going after that. We go out with a poor high. Now, SPY missed their all-time high by 12 cents. And again, this is because of the dividend. We didn't get ours. ES gets their all-time high, and it's a poor high. I have a poor high today, but it's not the all-time high. And neither one of us got out overnight all-time high. Triple Qs, they hold their trend day. They have 1 set of single prints that hold. They end 9 wide. Russell, which was languishing for a good part of the day, even though they had an open and drive, finally got going, only to give it all back in M, and as you can see here, in N period. I did not trade much. I had one trade that I had on for a while. We'll go over everything. The best trade I had and should have held on to was a long in IWM. I got long the micros, right at ease low. I'm like, we were at the time, we were 5 for 5 wide. We had the gap. We had an open and drive. I was going to even add if we took out the opening and see what would have happened inside the gap. Never happened. The gap wasn't that big, so I would have added if they filled the gap and then went back up. But that never was in danger. Bought them, went up, took them off, though basically had around park when we got back here. And look what we did after that. So let's go over my trades in SPY. And then we'll go over, I'll go over all the charts and everything today since it's the end of the quarter. So SPY opens, open and drive out of an inside day to the upside. Now, it didn't really run away right away. We went up in B, but look at C. Now, ES never took out B's low in C or in E. I did. I'm in 4 tick increments. I actually stopped one time framing up in B. I took it out by 2 ticks. And I stopped one time framing up in D. I took it out by 3 cents on that one. The only trades I did in SPY today took a long in A period. Inside day up, it was driving, took it, 394 calls, worked out nicely. Next trade I took wasn't until E. Now, we had a chance for singles in C. They failed. So when E took out C and D's high and didn't get much acceleration, I started a small short, nothing big. It was hanging around. I was doing nothing. Well, anyway, it turned into from a 10 lot to a 30 lot. And it started going up. I'm like, I'm fine. I'm comfortable. I'm holding it. I never added the size I really wanted to at the high because I wanted to see us get the all-time high. Now, I added a couple of times, and it worked out. I added an H, came in, added an I, and then it finally came in. But never with the size I wanted to. I was probably, I don't know, at best 60 or 70 at the most. And remember, I was long 30 of them between, say, E and F's high. So if we had taken out the all-time high and the all-time overnight high and didn't get the extension like we did in H and I was going to put on minimum of another 100. Never happened. Didn't do it. So when it did come in, when I was down, I got back. And I ended up taking them off. I actually made money on the trade, but not a lot because I never had enough to really offset where I started the trade. And I was in that trade, EFG, so 1, 2, a solid 2.5 hours. Yeah, we had 4 sets of single prints, but we had no tempo, no nothing. I'm like, I think they're going to go. Obviously, they were shooting for the all-time high. Didn't get it. And that was it. Because after that, after I took that short off when it came in and I got some money back, K, L, and N did nothing for me, and neither did M. Again, remember, I had a good month. I had a very good month. And the previous 2 months, I gave away half my month on the last day in January, which I was ticked off about. And I gave away, I think it was 90% or 80% of February's month, late in February. I was not going to do that again today. So I had a good month, decent quarter. If you take away those 2 bad days I had in January and February, I would have had an excellent quarter. Because I'm going to say, I don't know how many trading days there are. 63 trading days we had, 62 trading days. Probably made money on, I can look, but I'm going to say I probably made money between 52 and 55 of them. But because of 2 losses I had in January and February, I gave back good chunks of those. But a good quarter overall. All right, let's go over destinations, and then we'll look at all the charts. So for SPY, upside destination is only 3. Today's high, 398, which is also a poor high. Then 398.12, which is a weekly high. Oh, I'm sorry, that's a monthly high now. All right, that's a monthly high. Today's the end of the month. So 398.12 is my all-time high and monthly high. And 398.25 is my overnight all-time high. For the downside, only one destination on the downside today. That is today's low, 395.31. Then we don't have anything to 394.24. 12 wide from yesterday, 393.02 daily low, 392.81 daily low, 390.29 daily low. So destinations, once again, as we start the new month tomorrow, far and wide apart. It's amazing. Everybody, again, I think was expecting us to at least get the overnight all-time high and maybe even try for that magical 400 level in SPY and 4,000 in the S&P. But that did not happen. All right. I'm going to break them down here because even though tomorrow's the end of the week, I'm running out afterwards. So I'll try to make tomorrow's video shorter. So let's go over them all right now. Here's the Russell. Russell ends the month, one time framing up 6 months. Yes, we did close inside last month's range, but it's still one time framing up 6 months. It is healthy. Weekly. Weekly is down. Right? For now, it's down. We came out of balance to the downside. Are we really in balance? Yeah, look. You can, again, it's subjective. I'm calling it down because the way we basically came out of an inside week last week. Remember, we looked above that all-time high and came in. So that was balance. So I'm calling this down for now. We did. Or you can call the 5-week balance, whatever you want. 207.21 is the bottom of it. Right now, it's an inside week with 1 day to go. So that should provide a very nice opportunity once you come out of that inside week, if we hold it tomorrow. So we'll see how that transpires. And then on the daily, you can call this up. They stopped the one-time framing down. They were in balance. We were right at the 50-day moving average, got almost to the 20-day moving average. Again, you can call it balance or you can call it up. It's all subjective. Triple Qs, monthly, balance. That's firmly a 4-month balance, plain and simple. 290, this month's low is the low of it, 297.45. Last month, 338.19, all-time high is the high of the balance. You're in balance in the triple Qs on the monthly. Weekly, balance. Again, 4 or 5 week balance. So triple Qs is a market waiting for more market-generated information. Now the daily, I'll go, they went from balance to up. So the daily I can call up, but look at what it did. Hit its head against the 50-day moving average and stopped on a dime. So we'll see how that plays out. But the daily right now is up. And then let's go to SPY and ES. Very, very impressive on the monthly. One time framing up 5 months. And we closed above last month's high by $2. Pretty impressive. We're still very healthy. Weekly. Balance. It's a 4-week balance. We just missed the all-time high in SPY. So we're getting right to the top of the balance. 4-week balance, right? We have to keep the balance rules in play. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. Right? We closed about $2 off of today's high. So is that all we wanted to do? Get to the top of a 4-day balance? Well, if that's the case, and we do roll over eventually, the bottom of the balance is our target, which is 381.42. That remains to be seen. And then on the daily, we're up. Well, one-time framing up 4 days, right? We were one-time framing down. We came into balance. We took out Friday's high on Monday. One time framing up now, 2 days. Inside day, that's still one time framing out of an inside day to the upside. So here's the big question. If we didn't have such very visual levels that we almost got to, which is SPY's all-time high and ES's overnight all-time high, plus they have a poor high at the all-time high, I would say maybe, just maybe, all they want to do is stretch the balance. And now we have to see if we can't get back up there to reverse to the bottom of the balance on the weeklies. However, we do have the new quarter and month starting tomorrow. Some fresh money could come in. Let's see if they try one more day to try to push this higher and get the highs and get rid of these poor highs. And we'll see where we go from there. I hope you had a great day trading today. Have a great evening, and we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.